Hi guys, we are going to talk about the for loop. We've already talked about the switch and the if else. Therefore, for the for loop, this is only used if you know the number of times you're going to loop through a block of code or a set of data. Therefore, the syntax use the for keyword brackets, the first condition, condition 1, the second condition, these are semicolons, semicolon, the second condition, semicolon, and then the third condition, open the brackets, we want the code to be executed. So for the first condition, this is the initialization of your variable. Let's say we're using variable I. We'll initialize it as integer, int I, and say it's equal to 0. We're starting from 0. The second condition, this is where you actually put your actual condition. If I, which you've already initialized and created, if I is less than, let's say 10, less than or equal to 10, or equal to 10. And then the third condition, this is where you put the increments. Say I plus plus. Therefore, what do you execute? Let's printf. As long as this condition is met, starting from 0, printf our %d format specifier for the integer I, %d, we want a new line, and we want a new line, and then we have our I there, semicolon at the end of it. Unlike the while loop, we've already incremented. So that's a plus for the for loop. Oh, what else? What else? So if our I is equals to 0, we start from 0 to 10 and do this. Let's run this and see what happens. We are expecting 0 all the way to 10. Let's run this. Include, we do not have the greater than sign. Run 0 to 10. And as we've learned in our previous video, we can also increment every 2 steps after every 2 steps. So that will be I plus is equals to 2. Control all. Let's run that. And that is what happens. In the for loop, let's learn also about the break and continue. If, let's say, break jumps out of the switch statement, it jumps out of the loop. So let's say we say just before the printf, if some condition is met, let's say I is equals to equal, you remember this comparison operator. So if I equals to, let's say 4, what do you want? We want to break out of the loop. So break. So what will be the output? The output will be 0, 1, 2. Let's say this is I plus plus. So the output will be 0, 1, 2, 3. Then it gets to 4. It's been told to break out of that loop. So 4 will not be printed out. Let's run this and see. 0, 1, 2, and 3. That's what happens. Let's talk of continue. There's a keyword continue. So what does continue do? Continue. Continue, if it's equal to 4, it will not print out 4, but will jump to the next. So it will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10. Let's run that and see. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 5. So that's how break and continue works. Okay, thank you guys. That has been all for the loops. We've learned of the if-else statement, the switch statement, the for loop, the do while, the while, and the next class we shall be talking about arrays. Thank you.